In the year 2247, the Galactic Council received an application that would change the course of galactic history forever. Species 74991. Designation: Humanity. Origin: Sol 3, commonly known as Earth. Council Administrator Vexither initiated the standard planetary classification protocol, a routine scan, one they had performed 10,000 times before. But when the results appeared on his display, his 3 hearts stopped beating. The screen flashed red with a warning: Class 1 to DEATHWORLD critical hazard. Vexither's voice trembled as he spoke to his assistant. This cannot be correct. Run the scan again. They ran it 3 more times. Each time the same terrifying result. Vexither immediately convened an emergency session. 17 species representatives materialized in the Grand Chamber, their holographic forms flickering with urgency. When the planetary data appeared on the central display, the chamber fell into shocked silence. Then chaos erupted. The data was impossible. Earth's gravity measured 1.0 g, strong enough to crush most council species within minutes. The atmospheric oxygen content sat at 21%, a dangerous fire hazard, where one spark could ignite entire forests, and according to the records, it did, regularly. The humans called them wildfires, and had simply adapted to survive them. But the ecological data was even more disturbing. Apex predators existed in every single biome on Earth. In the oceans, creatures with rows of regenerating teeth reached 20 meters in length. On land, pack hunters possessed bite forces exceeding 400 psi. Solitary ambush predators weighing 200 kilograms stalked through jungles. Reptilian predators carried neurotoxic venom that could kill in minutes. One council member asked the obvious question: surely the sentient species lived in isolated safe zones, protected by advanced technology? The answer shocked everyone. No, humans lived everywhere. Mountains, deserts, frozen wastelands, tropical death zones. They had colonized every environment on their nightmare planet. But how was that even possible? Vexither pulled up a biological scan of a human specimen. What the council saw defied everything they understood about evolution. Humans possessed a dense calcium-based skeletal structure designed to withstand crushing gravity. They had redundant organ systems for survival. Their bodies featured a remarkable healing factor that could regenerate tissue and even bone over time. Then Vexither played a video file. The council watched in growing horror as a single human ran continuously for over 2 hours, without stopping. A council member asked in confusion, "Why doesn't it stop? Is it fleeing from a predator?" Vexither's response sent chills through the chamber. "No, it's exercising, for recreation." The word recreation hung in the air like a death sentence. This was persistence hunting, a strategy only the most desperate predators used to exhaust their prey to death, and humans did it for fun. Vexither continued, "Humans evolved as persistence hunters. On Earth, they didn't just survive the predators, they outcompeted them. They became the apex predator of their entire planet." Another council member raised a logical question. Surely humans must live in constant fear of the other predators on their world? Vexither's expression darkened. He pulled up another file, and what appeared on the screen seemed impossible. Images showed humans living alongside the very predators that should have been hunting them, not just coexisting, bonding with them, touching them, showing affection. Vexither spoke slowly, as if he couldn't believe his own words. They domesticated them. Complete silence filled the chamber. He continued, "The pack hunters with 400 psi bite force, humans call them dogs and keep them inside their homes as companions. They bred them for thousands of years, creating hundreds of variations, some for hunting, some for protection, some just for companionship and emotional support." A council member's voice shook as they asked about the solitary ambush predators. "Cats," Vexither replied, "also domesticated. Humans allow these creatures, perfectly capable of killing them in their sleep, to live in their homes. They call them pets and treat them as family members." The question everyone was thinking finally came out. Do the humans not understand the danger? Vexither's answer was chilling. They understand perfectly. They just don't care. Council member Krell accessed the human dietary database. What he discovered made his blood run cold. "Administrator," he said urgently, "you need to see their diet. Humans consume toxins, voluntarily, for pleasure." Krell read from the list, his voice filled with disbelief. "Capsaicin, a chemical defense mechanism that causes pain. Receptors to fire. Humans consume it recreationally and even competitively. Ethanol, a cellular toxin that damages organs. They drink it socially at gatherings. Caffeine, a natural pesticide They consume it every morning to wake up. The albumin, lethal to most Earth species. Humans eat it as a dessert treat called chocolate. How were they not extinct? The answer lay in their biology. Human livers were incredibly efficient at processing toxins. They had evolved this capability because Earth was so hostile that they needed to eat almost anything to survive. The Council began debating humanity's application. The consensus was clear. Humans were too dangerous. One member stated firmly, a species that evolved on a Class-12 DEATHWORLD, that hunts for recreation, that domesticates apex predators. They're not citizens, they're weapons. But Vexither interrupted. There's more. Their history. The display shifted to show human civilization throughout the ages. Thousands of conflicts, millions dead in wars against their own kind. And yet, they kept rebuilding, kept advancing. They had gone from primitive stone tools to splitting the atom in less than 10,000 years. They had weaponized everything from bacteria to nuclear fusion. The vote seemed certain. Deny the application, quarantine their system. But then a junior analyst burst into the chamber with urgent news. Sirs, the humans, they're already here. The chamber doors opened. 3 humans walked in wearing simple diplomatic uniforms. No weapons, no armor. Just 3 members of a species that had evolved on a world that should not support life. The lead human introduced herself calmly. Greetings, Galactic Council. I am Ambassador Chen, representing the United Earth government. The council members instinctively moved back. These creatures showed no signs of the danger they represented. They smiled. They made eye contact. They seemed friendly, which somehow made them more terrifying. Vexither struggled to maintain his composure. Ambassador Chen, we've reviewed your application. Your planet's classification is concerning. Ambassador Chen responded with genuine surprise. Ah yes, Class-12 DEATHWORLD. We're aware Earth is a bit more challenging than most habitable planets. A bit more challenging. She said it as if living under crushing gravity surrounded by apex predators was just a minor inconvenience. One council member decided to be direct. Ambassador, we must be frank. Your species evolved as persistent predators on a world that should not support complex life. You domesticate apex predators. You consume toxins for recreation. You are, by every measure, the most dangerous species we've ever encountered. Ambassador Chen nodded thoughtfully. I understand your concern. But that's exactly why we'd be valuable Federation members. Our world taught us to adapt, to overcome, to survive. Those same traits make us excellent problem solvers, loyal allies, and determined protectors. Another council member interrupted. Protectors? You've been at war with yourselves for millennia. The second human delegate, Okonkwo, responded, yes, and we learned from every single conflict. We learned the cost of war, the value of peace, the importance of cooperation. Our history isn't something we're proud of, but it made us who we are today. Ambassador Chen stepped forward. May I demonstrate something? Before anyone could object, she pulled out a small device. Security system screamed alerts throughout the chamber, but Chen simply pressed a button, and a hologram appeared. The hologram showed human rescue ships arriving at a devastated colony, medical teams deploying, engineers rebuilding infrastructure, humans working alongside aliens they just met. Ambassador Chen explained, this is from our first contact with the Kepler colony. They were hit by an asteroid strike, 50,000 casualties. Their distress signal reached us. We were 3 weeks away at maximum burn through dangerous space. We came anyway. The hologram continued showing the rescue operation. We lost 47 rescue workers saving people we never met from a species we just discovered. Because that's what humans do. When someone needs help, we answer, no matter the cost. No matter the distance. Vexither asked the question that had been bothering him. Why? Why risk your people for complete strangers? The third delegate, Rodriguez, answered, because on Earth, we learned that survival isn't about being the strongest or the most dangerous. It's about working together. Every human culture, despite our differences, shares one core truth. We're stronger together than apart. The council members exchanged uncertain glances. This wasn't what they had expected. Ambassador Chen continued, you're right to be cautious. We are dangerous. Earth made us that way, but it also taught us something more important, compassion, loyalty, the willingness to protect those who can't protect themselves. She gestured to the hologram still displaying the rescue operation. Yes, we evolved as predators. Yes, we can survive in environments that would kill most species. Yes, we've fought terrible wars, but we also learned to heal, to build, to sacrifice ourselves for others. That's the part of humanity you're not seeing in your data. Vexither studied the humans carefully. Every instinct told him they were dangerous, but perhaps that danger could be directed toward protecting the Federation rather than threatening it. He looked at his fellow council members. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong question, not whether humans are dangerous, but whether we can afford not to have them as allies. The vote was called. It wasn't unanimous, but it passed. Humanity was granted provisional Federation membership. As the human delegation left the chamber, one junior council member whispered to another, "Did we just invite Deathworlders into the Federation?" The response was quiet but certain. "No, we just made sure they're on our side when the real threats emerge." Ambassador Chen paused at the doorway and looked back with a smile. Not a threatening smile, a genuine one. "Thank you for this opportunity," she said. "We won't let you down." As the doors closed behind the humans, Vexither pulled up Earth's file one more time. Class-12 DEATHWORLD, the most dangerous classification in known space. And now, those Deathworlders were part of the Galactic Federation. He wasn't sure if this was the Council's greatest decision or their biggest mistake. Only time would tell. But one thing was certain, the galaxy would never be the same. This was the day the DEATHWORLD Protocol changed forever. The day the galaxy learned that the most dangerous species in known space could also be its greatest protectors, because humans didn't just survive Earth, they thrived on it, and now, they were ready to show the galaxy what Deathworlders could really do.